Hello, virtual students. Today's math lesson is over Everyday Math, Lesson 7-4, using common denominators to divide. We're going to start with today's math message. It says use your fraction circle pieces to solve 4 divided by 1/3. Draw lines on the circles below to show how you solved it. Okay, so looking at this problem, I have my 4 whole circles, that's my 4, divided by 1/3. So I'm going to divide each circle into thirds. Okay, so each circle is going to get divided into thirds. They don't have to be perfect, just make it the best you can. And now that I have my circles divided into my thirds, I'm going to count how many thirds I have, and that will be my solution to this problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 divided by 1/3 is 12. Also, to check your work, a strategy that we've talked about a lot this year is the Kfc strategy, or the keep, flip, change. We talk a lot about not wanting to do division with fractions, and so we change that to a multiplication problem. That means keep the first number, flip the second number, and change the operation to multiplication. If we were to do that, if we were to keep, flip, and change, this would be our new problem. And we know when we have a whole number, we imagine that there's that 1 underneath of it. And I could multiply straight across. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 1 is 1. And anything over 1 is just itself, so it's 12. And I can see that I have the same answer. Okay? Using common denominators to divide. One way to divide fractions is to use common denominators. This method can be used to divide whole numbers by fractions and fractions by whole numbers. Step 1. Rename the dividend and divisor as fractions with a common denominator. Step 2. Divide the numerators. And then they've given us an example. So we have 3 divided by 1/2, which equals 6 halves divided by 1/2. And what they did was they took this 3, and I'm saying if I had 3 whole circles, just like I did here, imagine that one's not there. If I had 3 whole circles and I divided them each into half, so 1, 2, 3, we divide them each into half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 halves. So if I have 6 halves divided by 1/2. Okay, so we're just changing our whole number and trading it for fraction pieces. Okay, so rename the dividend and divisor as fractions. So let's look at number 1. I'm going to take this 2, and instead of reporting it as a whole number of 2, I'm going to turn it into a fraction. And I'm going to divide it into fifths. So I'm going to take here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2. How many fifths do I have? I have 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fifths. So I traded this 2 for these 10 fifths. Okay? Then I'm going to divide by 1/5. Okay? And we know that we can do keep, flip, change. So I can keep, I can flip, I can change it. 10 times 5 is 50. 5 times 1 is 5. And we can't leave an improper fraction, so when I reduce that, 50 divided by 5, I know, is 10. So I have my answer here as 10. Now they're asking us for a check, to check our answer. And the way that we do that is we take our answer and we put it back into the problem. We do the opposite of what they originally wanted. So if they originally asked for division, we're going to multiply. And it was by 1/5. Okay, so again, you can imagine that there's this 1 underneath of here. 10 times 1 is 10. 1 times 5 is 5. There's the 10/5 I started with. And if I reduce 10/5, 10 divided by 5, I get 2, which is what I originally had. Okay? So this is my answer and my check. Let's look at this one. I have 1/4 divided by 4. And I'm going to trade my whole number of 4 for fraction pieces. So I'm going to draw 4 circles or 4 rectangles, whatever you prefer, and I'm going to divide them into fourths. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and cut it into fourths. Okay, then I will count how many fourths do I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So my 4 has been traded for 16 fourths. Each of these is a fourth, and when I count them up, I have 16 fourths. So now my problem is 1/4 divided by 16 fourths, because we replaced the 4 with the 16 fourths. Okay, so keep, flip, change. I keep, I flip, I change it. 1 times 4 is 4. And if you don't know 16 times 4, you can work it out.